Hey guys, so this will be your last part of this chapter. So let's begin with our NCRT last exercise, that is 3.6. So question 1, I have already taught you this question 1, reducing the pair of linear equations into two variables in part 6. So you know how to solve them. Then we move on to our next question, which is question number 2. I have already taught you this question second, first part in the last video. So you can go through that. Now we will be doing this question number second part and the third part. We will be taking up these concepts based on the questions itself. Okay. So we have this question here. Two women and five men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while three women and six men can finish it in 3 days. So we have to find out the time taken by one woman to finish the work and also that time taken by one man to finish the same work alone. First thing we need to remember is we assume that one woman completes the work in X days and one man completes the same work in Y days. Okay, so we know that one day's work of one woman will be one day's work of one woman is equals to 1 upon X, and one day's work of one man will be 1 by Y, right? We are clear up to here. Okay, so now we know this, we can move further and solve the part of the question. So what question asks is, we have to find out time taken by one woman to complete the same work and the same by one man also. Now how to form equation? According to question, what we have here is, we have two women and five men can complete the same work in 4 days. Yes. So if we multiply it by 1 by X, so this will be two women's 1 day's work, right? And if we multiply it by 1 by Y, this will be 1 day's work of five men, right? And what is this 1 by 4? This is combined. Two women and five men can complete the same work in 1 by 4 days. I hope we are clear up to here. Yes. And the same way we can form the second equation as well. Here is our question. So next what question says is, while three women and six men, which means 3 multiplied by 1 by X, which is 1 day's work of three women plus 1 day's work of six men, right? 1 day's work of six men is equals to 1 by 3. Simple. Yes. Let's solve it out here. What we will get is 2 by X, we will get these equations, 5 by Y is equals to 1 by 4. Then we have 3 by X plus 6 by Y is equals to 1 by 3. Let's solve these equations. Let 1 by X is equals to U and 1 by Y is equals to V. This is equation reducible to pair of linear equations in two variables, right? So we will assume 1 by X equal U and 1 by Y equals to V. By taking these, we will have two equations as under 2U plus 5V is equals to 1 by 4 and 3U plus 6V is equals to 1 by 3, right? Once we have this cross multiplication, 8U plus 20V is equals to 1 and 9U plus 18V is equals to 1. We have these two final equations. You people know how to solve these equations, right? So let's move on to our next concept. This question is important not only from your exam point of view, But this question is also important for your competition purpose, right? You people get such questions in your competitions like Maths Olympiad and all. So this will be very much helpful for you people. And I guess you must have understood this question too. Okay. Now we will move on to our last question, last concept of this chapter. I have already told you that make a diagram for such questions so you can understand what question is exactly asking you and what exactly you have to give the question. Okay. So it says Ruhi travels 300 kilometers to her home partly by train and partly by bus. Let's say she travels this much by train, okay, and the rest one by bus. So she says the total distance of A, let's say this is A, B, and C. So we know AC is equals to 300 kilometers, right? In the first part, question says that she takes 4 hours if she travels 60 kilometers by train and remaining by bus. So she travels 60 kilometers by train and the distance traveled by train is AB, which is 60 kilometers. Okay, let's write down the second one also. If she travels 100 kilometers by train, that is AB is equals to 100 kilometers, right? So now we know that BC is equals to 300 minus 60 kilometers, which is 240 kilometers. Okay, and here BC is equals to 300 minus 100, which is equals to 200 kilometers, right? Simple up to here. So according to question, we will form the equations, right? According to question, we will form the equations. We know that time taken is equals to distance divided by speed. We know this formula. And based on this formula itself, we will form the equations. How? Let's see. It says that she takes 4 hours combined to travel by bus and by train. First, she travels by train 60 kilometers. And first, we have to assume speeds or respectively of train and bus. Let's say speed of train equals to x kilometer per hour and that of bus is equals to y kilometer per hour. Once we have assumed this, now we can come back to the question part. Now we know she takes 4 hours to complete the distance of 300 kilometers partly by train and partly by bus. Now we know the distance traveled, which is 60 kilometers by train, and we know the speed, which is x. So this is the time taken, or you can say time traveled by train. Now we know the distance traveled by bus is 240 kilometers, right? And speed is y. So this is the time taken, or you can say time traveled by bus. And this is your first equation. Now similarly, we can create the other equation also, which is it takes 10 minutes longer. 10 minutes longer means 4 10 by 60. And how to solve this? 4 10 by 60 is 4 multiplied by 60 plus 10 divided by 60. We get 250 by 60, which is 25 by 6, right? So we can write it as 25 by 6. What was this? It was 4 10 by 60. And we get this, which is this. Okay. Now it says she travels 100 kilometers by train and time taken will be distance divided by speed, which is x. So this is time taken by Ruhi to travel by train. Now this is time taken by Ruhi to travel through bus. Yes, distance divided by speed is time taken and total time taken is 25 by 6. So you can solve them. Just put 1 by x is equals to u and 1 by y is equals to v and you will get your answers. Okay, just practice as much as you can. I believe there will be questions from this chapter. So go through this chapter. Once you are done with these videos, you can go to the chapters, exercise questions, just do them and your chapter will get completed. Very easy chapter. You don't need to worry about the exams also. Before exams, I will come up with videos just to motivate you people. Okay, so stay safe and goodbye.